Yo, what's good, folks? Welcome back to my Churmander YouTube channel. We are going to attempt to rank every single Disney Lorcana Enchanted. We have 126 cards here because we're including some of the promos. But starting from Chapter 1, ending in Archazia's Island, um, we have Azurite Sea, Shimmering Skies, Ursula's Return, Into the Inklands, Rise of the Floodborn, and the first chapter. So here, S through F, here we go. Starting with Genie. Um, how I'm ranking some of these is how popular the character is, how much I like them subjectively, and the artwork, how playable they are. Genie, I personally like Genie. I think it's a little undervalued. Has a nice bounce mechanic, likable character. So he's kind of like a B tier. Elsa, let's just get her straight into S tier. One of the nicest uh, enchanted cards, if not one of the best. Really just phenomenal artwork. Great character. She is somewhat playable, and she can shift on some other Elsas. Very sought after for collectors. We have Stitch, very likable. We'll probably drop him in probably an A tier for now. Being able to draw cards in Amber is great. Stitch is a likable character. We have Hades that I would probably put down here in the F tier. Not my favorite artwork for Hades. Um, Hades as a villain, he's okay. It's just the artwork is kind of doesn't speak to me. We have the Emerald Mickey Mouse. He kind of gets overshadowed by this Amethyst Mickey Mouse. I want to put him somewhere maybe low C tier. A lot of the enchanted cards, you're gonna probably see me put them between B and D because a lot of these enchanteds are somewhat mid. They're average. A lot of characters, I feel like they're not picking like some of the other main characters that they could do. A lot of these are I feel like side characters. We have Tinkerbell in Steel. What can I say about Tinkerbell? I think she belongs in S tier. The artwork is nice. She's giant. It's telling a story, likable character, very playable. S tier. We have Simba. Simba to me is a likable character, but because of the gray background, I want to put it in D tier. It's just a little bland, and he's not very playable, but I do like Simba in general. We have Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I think she deserves a pretty high rank over Stitch in my book, just because I really like Beauty and the Beast. And still playable, in my opinion. We do have the blue red shiftable Belle that you can play her on top, and just being able to ramp up ink in Sapphire is great. So, all the books, very iconic in her yellow dress. I think it's just a good first chapter, A tier Enchanted. Close to S tier, but we'll say high A for now. We have Aurora, which I also really do like this artwork. It grows on me. I'm not the biggest Sleeping Beauty fan. I don't even remember seeing the movie actually. So, but for the artwork design, also being able to give your other characters ward is a nice mechanic, which could see play later, perhaps. So, and with the castle in the background, you have kind of like the Mufasa red roses thing going on in the background. Arguably could be higher than Belle, but I like Belle more as a character. We have Maui Wowie. Um, I feel like the just the playability of this card with Rush has kind of kept him very high. I'm not crazy about the artwork. I'm not crazy about the character. I feel like the main reason why Maui is more valued is mainly because of being able to rush in for 6 attack is just so good. And he's inkable. So we'll put him in the B tier or high C for now. Again, if it wasn't for his mechanic, I would probably put him a little bit lower. We have Aladdin. Very fun to play in Chapter 1 meta. I feel like he's undervalued. People don't seem to care for this Enchanted, but I personally like it. So I'm going to put him next to Genie. I think it's. I like it. I dig it. I mean, being able to. He's one of the first cards that really implemented lore drain. When you banish a character, you gain 2 lore. Opponent loses 2 lore. There are a bunch of Aladdin cards. You don't see Aladdin hero decks being played right now, but I grew up on Aladdin, so I'm a little biased there. We have this other Mickey Mouse that I like from first chapter way more than this Emerald one. I put him higher than Stitch, to be honest. For a long time, I was putting Mickey Mouse, maybe like the second or third card that I liked from the first chapter. We might put Mickey Mouse somewhere. Maybe I don't know. He's definitely A tier. I mean, he's not the most playable card, but in terms of when you think of Disney, you think Mickey Mouse. I think he deserves a pretty high spot just being who he is. Um, and you have the whole like Fantasia broom thing going on. Um, Want to leave him somewhere around there. Not sure yet. We'll have Hercules. I guess we're into chapter 2, Rise of the Floodborn. He's really showing off that like tricep, like um, still with the resist. I love Hercules, but not my favorite artwork for him. And maybe it's just the steel that has kind of some blandness to it that's not my favorite. We have Beast and Emerald. I really like this Beast. Again, I like Beauty and the Beast. I feel like this artwork did it right. It has some lightning in the background. It's kind of iconic to throw back to the movie where he's fighting Gaston out on the rooftop. I rank Beast pretty high. I like him. I'll put him somewhere around there. I might even drop Maui a little bit lower. Just personally, I feel like if I'm just looking at the artworks and I had to choose between Genie and Maui, I'd probably lean towards Genie and maybe even Beast here. Again, it's this Maui's its playability in the game. That's what's really holding his value and um, why he's a good enchanted card. We have Arthur. I don't think I've ever seen Sword of the Stone, but I do like just the pink and purples. I want to put him somewhere around here in the D tier. Mm, Again, I don't really know too much about King Arthur. We have Snow White. Disney Princess kind of gets overhyped sometimes. She's not my favorite Disney princess. So I'm gonna put her kind of low. We have Sisu, not a character I'm a big fan of as well. Most of these characters I'm not huge fans of, but um, yeah, I mean, I think there is some subjectivity to how much you enjoyed a Disney movie, how much you liked the character, besides just the artwork, right? Sisu, I'm gonna put relatively low because I didn't really care for Sisu in the movie. Um, it's not a bad artwork though. We have Alice, growing girl. Um, I don't even think I've seen this movie as well, but I want to put her above Hercules, maybe even above Mickey Mouse. High C tier. We have Shere Khan, which I actually really like this Shere Khan artwork from Jungle Book, right? Um, we like this Shere Khan. He might be kind of tied with Alice. Then we have Lady Tremaine. Again, this what's probably making this card valuable is it's very playable. But in terms of the artwork, in terms of the character, no one's favorite Disney character. Mm, but for what it does in the game, we'll put her in a D tier. Very playable card for sure. And Ruby Amethyst and Sapphire Ruby. We have Pete, who I want to put him in the F tier. I'm just. Is anyone a big Pete fan? If you are, I'm sorry. He's in the F tier for me. We have a Madam Mim, who I didn't really even know about before Disney Lorcana, but I do like just a giant purple dragon. Kind of speaks to me. Um, I want to put Madam Mim kind of up here, just because it big purple dragon. I don't know. Not very playable in the game, but I don't know. We have Cinderella. This card really stands out. Very stunning artwork. It's gotta be up here in the S tier. I would say above Tinkerbell. I think it deserves that spot. Um, I think in the first chapter it goes Elsa and then Tinkerbell is second, and then Stitch is actually the third most valuable, followed by Belle and Aurora. And Mickey Mouse, I still think he's undervalued, so I would like to collect more Mickey Mouses. Just because it's Mickey, he's the guy. We have Namari, who did not really care for her. She's a Disney princess, right? Um, Villain. Still, I mean, I like that she's riding something kind of cool, but I don't really care for Namari at all. D tier. Um, okay, most of these locations, I'm just gonna give it an F tier. Don't care for the location Enchanteds. Glad they kind of stopped making them for at least Archazia's Island. Look at all these cards we have to get through. The enchanted cards, I mean, the reason why I do this is because in Lorcana, the enchanteds are really the cards that are the most sought after. Full arts, they really have the highest value, the highest rarity. They're fun to collect. Some of the colors really stand out. We'll get to Azurite Sea, but I feel like they missed the mark on Azurite Sea. We have Scrooge McDuck, who again, it's like, come on, really, guys? Don't. Scrooge McDuck does not need an enchanted. Um, we might put him a little bit above Hades in the F tier. Just I don't really care for him. Okay, we have Grammatala again. We don't even have a Moana enchanted. We have Grammatala. The blue swirly swirls are kind of nice, kind of like this Sisu, kind of like Arthur. So we'll put her somewhere in mid D tier. We have Mickey Mouse. Whoa, Mickey Mouse. Trumpeteer. I've never seen anyone really play this card. Very gimmicky, but iconic Mickey. But he's in steel, kind of very bland colors. Um, Popular character, just not very playable. artwork is a bit meh. Like even compared to this Emerald Mickey stands out way more. We have Kita, and I don't know if it's just me, but I don't remember turning her ever turning like into this gold form. So I don't really have much attachment to Kita. I get that she's playable in Amber. Doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't do it for me. Okay, we have Maleficent. Now this card, this card stands out to me. The purple, the black, the greens. um, I'm gonna put in the B tier. I think they did a good job for Maleficent. Not the most playable card, but I like it. We have Morph. I like how playable he is. He's a likable character in the Disney movie Treasure Planet, right? Um, very playable. So I think that's what's kind of holding his value. Artwork is kind of meh to be. It's I'm not crazy about it. Yeah, I feel like they could have done a better job with Morph. Okay, now this artwork for Ursula, this is an example of like Ursula to me is just not a popular Disney character. When you think Disney, you don't think, ooh, I love Ursula. But for for her character, this is probably one of the nicest Ursulas you could create with the her eels in the background, how playable it is in the game. Um, the greens, like it has this. I don't know if you noticed, but in Emerald or Green, Disney likes to attribute a lot of villains in Emerald and Green colors. In the yellows, you can see like very mm, kind-hearted, more protagonist characters, Lilo and Stitch, um, happy-go-lucky kind of characters. Blue, you have more of the creative ones that focus on ramp. Steel, kind of like high stats. Um, let's see. We have again, this isn't true all the time, but red is more like some of the heroes, fighters. Purple has more magic based, more moving counters, see magic related, sorcery. Um, let's see. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Oh yeah, so this Ursula, we'll put her under Stitch in the A tier. Okay, we have Captain Hook. Um, I want to put him in the D to maybe even F tier. I get that he's a continuous artwork with Peter Pan. Is it this way? Is that right? Continuous artwork. We might put Peter Pan somewhere in high D tier, mid D tier. Peter is like around here somewhere. Because I do like Peter Pan more than Captain Hook. We have, is this Belle's location? Yeah, all the locations. We're not going to spend too much time on them. Pride lands. Down in F tier. Rather just have a character. Literally any other character I would choose over a location. We have Along Came Zeus. Now, this is not a character, but it's very playable, and the artwork is really nice from Hercules. Just this giant lightning bolt coming in, doing 5 damage. I actually really dig it. I would put this somewhere in the B tier. Yeah, we dig this song. This is a one of their best song enchanteds that they've done. We have Mickey Mouse's hat, very iconic item. I feel like items are a tad above locations. If you had maybe Mickey wearing the hat, that might be kind of cool. Okay, now this is a kind of a confusing enchanted for me because I'm not a big Robin Hood fan, but in Disney Lorcana, his mechanic is so. This card is just so playable. Being able to gain 2 lore for banishing a character, shiftable, but the artwork is so bland that the artwork doesn't really speak to me. It's very dark and dreary. But again, he's playable, but I'm not like he's fun to use. In terms of like artwork, I feel like they could have done a much better design for Robin Hood, but very fun in all my steel decks. So we'll say average, mid tier. We have Jafar. Jafar. Not crazy about snakes, to be honest. And if he wasn't so good in the game, like you build a whole deck around Jafar here. I would put him somewhere mid C tier. Jafar just isn't a likable character, to be honest. But if you can get the whole new world and you can shift, and I can see that's kind of what's helping him um, stay up in this mid C tier. We have Chernabog, similar thing to Jafar, just kind of a very I don't even know who Chernabog really is, but kind of a menacing villain character. I feel like the playability is what's helping this card a lot, but I kind of want to just put him somewhere around here, just low C tier for now. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of C's, a lot of D's. Anna, I think she's actually underrated. Um, Elsa gets all the attention for the Frozen Sisters. Um, they could have done a better job with her. I I like Anna. I'm gonna put her high C tier. We have Ursula. Now there's okay, we already had an Ursula Enchanted. We don't care for Ursula that much. Um want to put her pretty low somewhere around here. In the D tier, we have Cinderella. Now this Cinderella gets outclassed and overshadowed by this Cinderella. Same character, but again, Ursula's Return had some very dark backgrounds. Didn't really connect with people. Um, the Singer 5, which is nice. So, and she's a Disney princess. I'm gonna put her somewhere around here. A lot of sea enchanteds. Okay, Queen is seeing some play. In Sapphire. I'm gonna put her somewhere around here in the D tier. Jasmine. Again, I wish they did a better Jasmine card. Disney Princess, kind of similar with Anna here. These three princesses just they're not super playable. They're likable characters. Artwork kind of just missed on the design here for Ursula's Return. We have Merlin. Um, his eyes like super pop out, and they're like, he's Merlin. I want to put him like somewhere around here, D tier. We have Minnie Mouse, who kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. Um, Minnie. I feel like they could have done a way better Minnie. We're gonna put her down in the D tier. Sorry, Minnie. We have a song. Um, what is this one called? I can't even read that. I think it's like in Spanish. This is the Peter Pan one. The second star to the right. That's what it's called. Second star to the right. Um, it's not bad. I mean, I feel like the characters are just a little too tiny in this picture here. I want to put it around here, low D tier. We have an enchanted. It was the wall. Yeah, kind of down with the other locations. If you can't see, it's in the F tier. We have Diablo. This bird just really actually does stand out to me. I think, yeah, I pulled two of these Diablo birds. I'm not crazy about the character, but I really like the just the vivid green on this. The vivid green really is nice. Somewhere around here, B tier, mid to high B tier. We have, and he's very playable, extremely playable in Emerald right now. So, but again, all things considered, B tier. Is this another location? Yeah. Location. Sorry, just doesn't cut it for me. F tier. We have Ariel, the redhead princess mermaid. I feel like they could have done a better job with Ariel. I think she is similar to the Ursula's Return princesses. A lot of princesses, but the background's really just kind of dark and dreary. I want to put it higher than Alice. You know what? We'll push her into to B tier. She was a big chase in Ursula's Return, and you can shift her onto the other Ariel in Amber. Kind of a cool mechanic. And Steel, I actually might want to put her. She is just going up and up. Somewhere around here. I don't know. This Maui, kind of conflicted on Maui. Okay, we have Sisu. Sisu. This is a very, very playable card in Ruby, Amethyst, Ruby, Sapphire. So that's kind of helping it see more popularity. I don't really care for Sisu as a character, but for this mechanic in the game, we're gonna put her somewhere high C tier. She probably deserves up here because of the playability, but the artwork, the character brings her down for me. We have Piglet, who I like Piglet as a character. With this thumbnail, wooden sword artwork, I actually dig this Piglet. I think he's I dig this Piglet. He's like a D tier. um, we'll give him a C tier. We'll give Piglet a C tier. Interesting artwork, likable character. Okay, this is my family song. I was not a huge Encanto lover. Mm, D tier. Maybe, yeah, I would say low D tier. Probably would rather have a character instead. Really don't care for this Namari. Oof, and this Tremaine. Oof. We have Super Goofy, who I I really like this Super Goofy, how playable he is. Being able to rush in, do 2 damage, and gain 2 lore just for challenging. Um, Rush and with that mechanic is pretty awesome. So I think he deserves to be pretty high in the B tier somewhere. Artwork is okay, likable character, very playable. I would put him on par with Maui. Okay, we don't talk about Bruno. Another song. I like we don't talk about Bruno more than This Is My Family. It's probably somewhere equal to Second Star from the right. We have another Enchanted, but I do want to say that this Enchanted stands out more than the other locations. I would say this one's a little nicer than some of the locations. For Enchanteds, we have another Maui here. Maui. For song, I think this one, him being kind of bigger, like if you look at Along Came Zeus, he's not like the focus of the Enchanted card. Even this is my family. We don't talk about Bruno. So, the characters are really small. At least with this one, he's bigger and he kind of does stand out. So um, I want to put him somewhere in this mid C tier. Nice vivid colors for Maui. Um, we'll put him somewhere in the C. Again, a lot of average, a lot of mid enchanteds. We have Scar now, similar to the Diablo. And even with the Ursula, again, villains and Emerald. I do like this bright green that they used. Some with the greens and the yellows. I actually really like this card. I don't have this enchanted, but there's something about this artwork that's really intriguing to me. Um, yeah, I like it. We'll put it somewhere in the B tier. Okay, we have Clarabelle. I get that she's playable, but no one cares about Clarabelle. Like, she's equivalent to Pete in my book. It's nice to artwork. I don't care for Clarabelle. Again, the artwork, I mean, if it was a different character, it might speak to me more. We're going to put her in the mm, low D tier. Okay? Next to Namari. We have Finders Keepers. Now, this card has seen some play, and I do like in Shimmering Skies the colors, the blues, the purples. So honestly, you see all these like dark colors here. I'm gonna put this one above like all these dark background ones. Um, somewhere here in the high C tier, we have Olaf. Now, this in terms of just artwork for collectors, I think this is a great artwork. Him not being that playable is kind of sad. But I actually really like this artwork. I want to put him in the B tier. If you disagree with any of my picks, I'm just making it up as I go. So, I mean, this is my YouTube video. You can do your own tier list if you disagree with any of my picks. And if you think I'm way off, you just let me know in the comments. Archimedes, again, similar to Shimmering Skies, the blues, the purples. It shines. It has this like glow to it. Um, I actually really like this Archimedes. I want to put him somewhere here in the B tier. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, we have Mother Gothel. Uh Not my favorite. Kind of same with Clarabelle. Not into it. We have Penelope Von Sweets. Um Likeable character from Wreck-It Ralph. But you know, the fact that there's another D23 card as well that looks so similar to it doesn't make this one stand out to me. Um, I'm gonna put her somewhere around here by Morph. C tier. Prince Naveen. Now I get that this card is super playable in Amber, but I really don't care about Prince Naveen. Not really a character I'm crazy about. But the artwork is nice for what it is. We'll put him in the D tier, mid D tier. We have Arthur. Again, I'm not crazy about Arthur, but the colors on the background look nice. I get that he's holding this giant sword with one hand and his oversized hat and robe. The colors are the only reason why I'm putting him this high. The colors in the background in the sky are really nice. But besides that, not something I'm crazy about. But look at the backgrounds compared to like Robin Hood and like Arthur. Huge difference between Ursula's Return and Shimmering Skies. So, no, we'll put him above Hercules. Yeah, I don't know. He could probably go a little bit higher just because I really like the background. Okay, we did pull a Snow White recently. This is the most uh recent enchanted we pulled. Snow White. I'm not crazy about Snow White. It looks better than where's that other one? This Snow White card. So for the fact that they did a nice job with just keeping her in the center, has this cape, has this knight thing going for her. Um, and this is a steel card, and there's a lot of yellows and reds and blues. There's a lot of primary colors. It actually looks nicer in person than I thought. Like some of these, we're all just looking at a digital copy of these cards, but when you see it in person, I this one actually was really nice in person. So we'll give her low B B. Okay, we have this what's this tantrum one? This king guy. Again, I like the background colors. Don't care for the character so much. We're gonna give it a C tier. The colors kind of similar with Arthur. The colors are nice, but other than that, it's not something I'm that crazy about. Okay, we have this King Candy guy. Now, this is interesting because in Sapphire, you can't tell this is really a Sapphire card because there's a lot of pink in this card. But the character is kind of like meh. A lot of meh average characters. Um, I like the pink kind of bubblegum candy colors to him, but not something I would go out of my way to collect because I'm not crazy about him. But it's a nice enchanted. It's a average meh C tier kind of card. Again, I do like this Robin Hood just because how playable he is. I like putting Robin Hoods in my deck, so I might have to move him up. Okay, now we have Blue Fossa. There we go. Now this is what people want. This is what people. This is what keeps people interested in Disney Lorcana. Is they come out with some of this gorgeous artwork for. Interesting, it's Mufasa. Um, they just knocked it out of the park for this card. This is the chase for Shimmering Skies. Um, Arguably, I might put it higher than Tinkerbell. Does it deserve higher than Cinderella? I think so. I think so. It is just very majestic. We might put it second place. Wow. I didn't realize how much I like his Mufasa card. Um, we do have an Era Mufasa, which is pretty cool, but he's somewhat playable. You might play a one copy of him and maybe some Sapphire decks. Nothing in a tier one deck right now, but definitely, he's one of the first cards where you can like interact with your ink again, where you can draw cards from your inkwell, which is and ready up your ink again when he quests. So you can get like another turn, which is cool mechanic. 8 uninkable though. Artwork phenomenal. We'll put it right next to Elsa. Okay, we have some other locations. At least their locations got a little bit better, but stop making locations for Enchanteds. We have not Peter Pan. We have Robin Hood. Now this Robin Hood, comparing it to other Robin Hood, big difference between Ursula's Return and Shimmering Skies. Just so much more vibrant, so much more fun, so much more positive vibes going on with this card. I really like it. I think this is a top notch Enchanted. Um, we're gonna put this. We're gonna keep going. I like this Robin Hood. I think it's good. Somewhere around here. B tier. B tier. Okay, we have Donald Duck. Wish I was more of a Donald Duck fan, but I'm not. But this artwork, it's telling a story. There's a food fight going on. I dig it. I like it. It's maybe becoming more of a Donald Duck fan. He's got this like pan on his chest. He's got like a little um, just cooking things, just food flying everywhere. I think it's somewhat playable. Bright colors. This is in Ruby. For Shimmering Skies, they knocked it out of the park. This is a great Enchanted, especially more for collectors than players. Luckily, I'm both, so I think he deserves a solid B for nice artwork. Lorcana knows what they're doing with this. Did a good job for this one. Okay, moving on. We are entering Azurite Sea territory, and then we're gonna do Archazia's Island, which Archazia is a character that Lorcana made up. Archazia isn't from a Disney movie. It's made for Disney Lorcana. Okay, so let's get this location here. I thought there was two locations. I might be missing a card or two here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, these two locations can go down here. Don't care for these. I don't, in general, like a lot of folks, I don't care for a lot of these gold plated, gold foil, pirate, Azurite Sea, enchanted cards. I feel like I would prefer them to just stick with Shimmering Skies. For Wreck-It Ralph, this is probably one that I'll make a little exception because he's very playable. I like Wreck-It Ralph. 6 uninkable in steel. He can banish a location or item to gain some more. We'll give him a little exception. Most of these are going to make it somewhere in the F tier, D to F tier. I don't really care for this gold looking colors. There. Lilo and Stitch again. Okay, this one we might have to make a little exception because very playable. You came back. Lilo and Stitch. We'll probably put it somewhere. Somewhere around here. There we go. C tier. Baymax. Okay, well, we have to make a little exception because Baymax is just nice and chubby. They did a nice artwork for this one. We do kind of like this Baymax a little bit. Baymax. A little bit above you came back. Okay, then we have this Maui one. Definitely D tier for me. Now this I do like Big Hero 6, so I do kind of like anything superhero-ish. So this one does kind of stand out to me. We'll put him equal to the other Baymax. Maybe a little bit below. Okay, somewhere around there. We have Yzma, playable card. Somewhere around here, like around Tremaine area. Okay, we have Captain Amelia, I think. Goes down here in the D tier. Chippendale, not to me, not very popular characters. I'm not crazy about Chippendale. Um, D tier. Tiana, right? Um, Princess character probably deserves somewhere higher than some of the other characters just for being a princess, I guess. We have Rafiki. This one's better than somewhere equivalent to Yzma or a little bit below. We have Maleficent Staff. We pulled this card. It is playable, but now we're doing Azurite Sea items that just so bland, kind of boring. Don't care for it, to be honest. F tier. We have Raya, very playable in Ruby, maybe Ruby Sapphire. So this one is not terrible. We'll put it equivalent to this Rafiki area. Like the way I'm thinking about it, it's like, would I rather have a we don't talk about Bruno or like one of these Azurite Sea cards? So a lot of these belong in the D tier to me. Is this Tigger? Okay, Tigger is likable. Somewhere around there. Um, get this girl's name, the inventor, creator, mouse girl. Pretty low, maybe somewhere in low D. You know what? F tier. Don't care for it. I'll take a Scrooge McDuck and a Hades and a Pete over this girl. Here's Daisy. Daisy might be low D tier. Low D tier for me. Not crazy about it. Okay, finally, we got out of our Azurite Sea. We are in Archazia's Island. Archazia's Island, starting with Mickey Mouse. We have a lot of Mickey Mouses already, but this Mickey Mouse Enchanted, it's way better than the Trumpeteer. There's way more in the background going on. There's way more colors, likable character, and he's playable. So he's making it into the B tier for me. He's making it in the B tier. Somewhere around there. Maybe even a tad above Goofy. We have Mirabelle in Amber Amethyst. Nice artwork. Not a whole lot of complaints here. The artwork is nice. It's just I'm not a big Mirabelle fan. Doesn't really stand out to me that much, but I do gotta admit I feel like they did a nice job on their artwork for this dual ink Mirabelle. Yeah. Enough about her. We have Aurora. Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty. Comparing her to this other Aurora, I think they are. I still like the first chapter, Enchanted more. I feel like the blue and yellow kind of clash a little bit. I like how the blanket has the whole like castle thing going on again. I want to put this one in high B tier. I get that she's playable. Disney princess. Artwork is nice. I just don't resonate a lot with Sleeping Beauty. It's okay. B tier. We have Bolt. Now, this was a card that I thought was underrated early on. Um, this Bolt really just, I think they did a great job with this. This is an amber steel, dual ink color. It's got his little smirk going on. He's got some lightning. Bolt wasn't like a big Disney movie for me, but he's a dog. He's fun. Playable. I want to say maybe an A tier. I like the green background and the lightning, like electricity going on. I like it. I think I'm gonna keep it an A tier for now. We have a glass slipper. Items don't really do it for me. Yeah, Don't do it for me. We'll put a glass slipper higher than Pete. Okay, we have Donald Duck. Now this card is interesting to talk about because he's got this Kingdom Hearts vibe to him, similar to this Mickey here in this mage sorcerer outfit. There's like this purple smoke going on. In terms of artwork, excellent job on the artwork. Again, I'm not a Donald Duck fan, but I might be becoming one with how nice they did on this card. Um, we're gonna put Donald Duck. Am I gonna put him over Stitch? Yeah, I think this artwork is a nicer artwork than Stitch. Stitch is a more likable character. This is the card that it can make your opponent have to go to 25 lore. 7 uninkable and amethyst, 5/6 body quests for 3. So not very playable, but again, this artwork is just so nice. It's gorgeous for Donald Duck. Solid A card for me. Jafar again. We don't really care for Jafar. Where's my other Jafar? We'll just put the Jafars together here. C tier. Mm, there's a lot going on in this card. We did pull Jafar. Just seems so average to me. Not anything crazy. Okay, we have the queen. Now this queen compared to this other queen here, I would probably pick this new one. Um, the purple colors. Um, is it playable? Maybe in some sort of hyper aggro version. I'm gonna say she is around here in the low C tier. We have Tramp. Tramp eating spaghetti. Similar to this whole like boat thing. I mean, nice close up on a lovable dog character. Um, very playable in Emerald. I'm gonna put him somewhere in this B tier. I don't know where. Maybe around here. I do like this Archimedes and this Olaf, and I don't know if I'm over ranking them, but the colors in Shimmering Skies is just so nice. Okay, we'll put Tramp here in the B tier. He's okay. We have Mad Hatter, who just doesn't do it for me. Character I don't really care for. He's in the Christmas colors. We might put Mad Hatter pretty low. Probably under Prince Naveen and Tiana. No. Higher than Tiana. D tier though. Artwork is okay for Mad Hatter. It's just I don't care for Mad Hatter. Don't care for Mad Hatter. Okay, we have this hero guy. Not very enthusiastic about this one. I think he is also going to be getting that prize promo card for Archazia's Island. We have this Hercules card. Now, I think people don't appreciate this one for its artwork. Not very playable. You can play any character. It's 5 inkable in Emerald. I really like this artwork. I think this is way better than the other Hercules card. Where is he? Right here. If you look at this other Hercules card, this one is how it should be done. He's got Megara, nice vivid colors in the background. See, compare this to like Ursula's Return, dark backgrounds. So very close to Shimmering Skies. Um, we're gonna put this one high. We're gonna score this one up in the B tier. Hmm, we do like Hercules. He's just going up and up and up. There we go. Somewhere around there. Okay, we have Ratigan. Don't care for Ratigan. Probably somewhere next to Tremaine in this D tier. Not a fan. We have Tamato. Now this one is getting a lot of hype right now. Tamato is very playable artwork. People are comparing it to Mufasa. Some people like it more than Mufasa, and I can kind of see why. The colors are really nice. The purple is his goofy face. He's actually more playable than Mufasa and Sapphire. He's inkable. You can draw two items, so the high playability. People play 3 or 4 of him in some of their Sapphire decks. Tamato to me is not as huge of a Disney character compared to maybe like Elsa, for example, even Mufasa. So, um, I think in my book, I'm gonna put Tamator below Cinderella and Mufasa. Higher than Tinkerbell? I really like this Tinkerbell. Really like this Tinkerbell and Steel. But the Tamator just has this aura with these colors that are just he's so shiny. We'll have to put him up here in the S tier. I think they did a great job. This is the chase card for Archazia's Island. The Tamatoa crab. Happy as a clam. Is that right? But isn't he a crab? Okay, this is the card that I think, call me crazy, it deserves more value. I think as of recently, someone was playing it in their Ruby Sapphire deck, and only after someone like wins a tournament and they're playing All Is Found does this card go up. But I was like, this artwork from Frozen, Elsa and Anna as um, young children with their mom, the colors, the artwork, it is gorgeous. I could see how this could, in terms of artwork, just sheer artwork, I would probably rank this one higher than Tamatoa. Not as playable, some playability, but Frozen franchise is huge. Frozen just movie and there's something about it, that the mothers love. They're young, Anna's already asleep. It's telling a story more than the Tamatoa. Um, does it surpass Cinderella? Bright yellow, the just golden shine. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna say it's in terms of artwork, I think it's better than Tamatoa and the Tinkerbell. Yeah, bold statement there. We said it. All is found. Um, but I do want to mention for Arcasia's Island, and I grade a lot of cards, is a lot of them have whitening. Even a pack fresh enchanted, I feel like a lot of the enchanteds have some whitening where we might see a lower pop report of PSA 10s because of just condition issues. We have a diamond here. I don't know where to put this diamond. Um, I don't know. Maybe somewhere here. Okay, we have Belle. Now this one I'm a little conflicted because I like Belle as a character. You can tell that there's a lot going on in this artwork. Dual ink for Sapphire Ruby. She's on this little like air blimp thing. Um, for some reason, I'm not crazy about this Belle. I think she's like a B tier, to be honest. Yeah. Like, if you're just looking at the artwork, this Hercules card looks so nice. I actually want to put, in terms of artwork, higher than Maui. So it's hard because I'm weighing, like, some of the playability of these cards, the character's likability. It's a little subjective and biased towards, what I think. But again, it's my tier list, so that's just how we're gonna put it. Um, this card I think could see some play. This is the Atlantis um card here. It's actually not terrible. I think it looks pretty cool. But I wasn't crazy about Atlantis. We'll put it, I mean, somewhere around here, I think. We'll put it below Radigan in the D tier. Look how big my D tier is. Oof, look how big my C tier is. A lot of the Enchanteds are falling in the mid range. They're not terrible. They're not F tier, but they're mediocre. And then we have some like solid Bs, cards that I like. And then A's are just like, ooh, yes, love these cards. And then S tier is just like Disney Lorcana is on fire. They're they're killing it. So it's weird because we have a bulk of them being mediocre, but when you get to collect some of these enchanted cards, you're just like, the colors, the shine, the holographic, that's just you know fun to collect. Okay, we are entering into some of the prize promos, DLC promos, starting with Rockstar Stitch. I think this was an excellent card to start off with. Um, this was into the Inklands, right? I don't think we had set champs for chapter one or chapter two, right? This I remember not being able to participate. And there wasn't a whole lot of events going on for this Rockstar Stitch, and so I wish I got to win one, but very very orange stands out, kind of like the Cinderella. I think I'm like this other first chapter Stitch more than this Stitch, but this one's a close second. Um, A tier Enchanted prize promo for me. Pretty cool. I dig it. Then we have Ursula. Ursula's getting a lot of attention. This was another prize card you can get from Ursula's return. Kind of want to put it equivalent to this Maleficent here. It's as cool as an Ursula card could get. It's very villainous-y and kind of just dark, and I mean she's definitely playable in purple green, um, amethyst emerald, purple green. Yeah, she can shift on these other Ursulas. We were able to win one, so yeah, it's kind of connecting you to that set championship tournament. We have Mirabelle, and this is when they started giving it to the top 8. It's okay. It's okay. Not, I've been saying this, but I'm not crazy about it. Um, we'll put her equivalent with her other Mirabelle, somewhere around there. Then we had Scar for Azurite C. Now, this is a cool promo. This had some villain, green colors, even though he's a Ruby card. So for a Ruby card, there is a lot of green going on. Um, I like it. I like it. We'll put it. We'll put it in the B tier. Sure. We have Cinderella. Now she's a knight. Has this big shield, sword. Um, now whether we're talking about the holographic or the non-foil one, it's we're just gonna kind of make them equal here. I'm sure if it was a foiled one, it would be pretty high because it was hard to win. But for the non-foil one, it's playable. You could play her on the Little Cindy. You have this whole Floodborn idea where it's a whole different version of Cinderella. So that's creative and unique of Disney Lorcana to do. So we'll put her in the B tier. It's kind of interesting to see her in a different uniform, if you will. Mm, somewhere around here. next to this Snow White. Okay, now we have to talk about this card. This is Rapunzel, F tier, terrible. It's the worst. Terrible card. Moving on. Just kidding. This is actually one of my favorite prize promo Lorcana cards that I'm very bullish on. I think it was underrated and didn't get a foil version of it, but the foil version is worth like thousands of dollars. So in terms of artwork, in terms of rarity, and in terms of playability, it just has it all going for her. She has surpassed the A tier. She beats out Tinkerbell. Um, Now again, it's kind of confusing because there's a foil and a non-foil. If this is the foil version we're talking about, she makes it up somewhere around here. But I don't have one of those. Non-foil, we'll put her somewhere in this S tier. Somewhere around there. Really like that card. Being able to heal 3 damage, draw 3 cards, likable character, full art design. Oh man. The more I'm thinking about it, it's like somewhere in the S tier. Excellent Disney Lorcana card. We have Kuzco from Emperor's New Groove, another promo card that doesn't really see a whole lot of play, but the artwork is nice. Can be playable, I guess, in Emerald, but not too much in the current meta. Um, B tier, sure, somewhere around there. Okay, we have Baymax. Now this Baymax I think is more playable than the Cusco. More, I mean, I like Baymax, and so being able to heal, gain 2 lore, and then quest, and then heal another 2 and gain some more lore that way. I think they did a solid job with this Baymax card. We'll put him somewhere in this B tier, somewhere up here. Somewhere up here. We do like it. I mean, if it was the fold version, it'd probably be higher, but around there, B tier. Okay, we have Let It Go. Now, I think this only comes in the full version. Elsa's in it, but she's like kind of tiny. I'm sure if I saw this in person, I'd probably put it a little higher, but um, it's not a card that I like need to have this one, but um, definitely hard to earn. Uh, Actually, a pretty playable card, but I do like this one where the princess kind of pops out in the center more. Um, but sure, I would probably want to own this card over some of these other ones here, but artwork, foiling, it's definitely deserves a spot in the A tier. Okay, we have this location. It's one of the nicest looking locations. This is another prize promo card. Is that Elsa's Palace? Yeah. I don't know if I'm missing any of the other prize promo cards. We have Invitation to the Ball, um, item. Oh, you know what? We forgot. We forgot Dragonfire. Darn it! Dragonfire would probably be in the B tier, high B tier. I'd probably put Dragonfire up around in the B tier somewhere because it's a nice promo card. I get that it's not rare or anything, but it is. You know, he's just like shooting that fire. Um, I like it. Forgot to throw that in there. Looks like we are down to our last card. We finally made it. If you guys were able to stick throughout this whole video, I'm sure you have some disagreements. That's okay. Um, Mickey Mouse, the value of it, what it represents, how difficult it was to earn. There's not, it's serialized, gold. I think anyone would pick a Mickey Mouse over any of these other cards. Um, is it the nicest artwork? No. Is it the most colorful? No. But for what it represents, the value makes it one of the most sought after Disney Lorcana cards. Anyways, this is looking like my tier list. Um, 8 cards made it to the S tier. Um, a lot of cards were close, got into the A tier. Um, really enjoy these these characters, the artwork. S tier just nailed it. Excellent job. Hopefully they keep on making some nice enchanted cards for Return of Jafar, Fabled coming out. Then we have Pixar later on. Um, they just have to keep it up. Stay close to like the Shimmering Skies and Archazia's Island sort of vibe. I think does better than some of the darker tones and colors, like Ursula's Return. Um, Dual ink colors was nice to see. Yeah, I mean, there's still so many more Disney characters that they can do, other variations. Um, Overall, really enjoying collecting Disney Lorcana. This is the whole up to date list of enchanted cards. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree with any of my choices. Um, this is just how I see it right now. Actually, you know what? Where's Pete? There we go. Pete makes it to the S tier. Pete's the best card. Hot take. Yeah. Who wouldn't want an enchanted Pete? um, some of these I feel like they just never should have done. Just scratch these out and give us like Pocahontas and I don't know. They haven't done Bambi or Dumbo or um Mowgli, right? Um, you can't do Tarzan. There's so many other Disney characters that they could do. But overall, when the video here, they are doing such a great job with their enchanted cards. Um, Hopefully we can see some more um, great artworks in the future. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.